I thought it was guys trolling on YouTube when I look up. I'm just looking for videos, and next thing you know, you see 83 points, bam. What you mean by? Damn, these guys are going to the extent that they're putting out like legit fake news to try to attention grab. And bro, I saw it, and the video was like 7 minutes. I was like, oh, this guy's putting in work. It almost depends how you break it down. 83 with the tainted shit that happened in the fourth, or 83 you pass Kobe, the most dog guy there ever been. Nasty scorer, nasty, nasty, like real, like this guy. You don't mess with this guy. This guy's really a mamba. Like he'll bite food. It'll happen quick too. First step, one of the best first steps I ever seen in my whole life. And that's why he was not the most fastest or the most agile, the most or with the most bungees. Is that he wanted it here. And then this right here, this strengthened this. And then that became like, you're just a regular man, bro. You're not better than me. And I feel like it just started with that. It's like, you don't put more work than me. You wasn't sweating, you wasn't crying, you wasn't putting in that work, blood, sweat, and tears like that. That's just that mentality of like, I know that he got himself going. So when a guy like that gets surpassed, and then he is a living legend because he passed away. On top of that, like, rest in peace, Kobe, Gigi, everybody in that plane. Um, I always think about that moment. I'm like, the way that I knew Kobe from afar, what he had taught all of us, and what he had inscribed into every move that he did was, we're gonna do this shit like I feel like he went down with them, like just hugging. Like everybody was like, no, we're gonna be good. They probably did a prayer. That's how I see it. That's how I want to perceive it. That's the feeling that I got. Back to it. Like, so Bam passes Kobe, and it's like that was his idol. It's just the way it happened. It wasn't that Bam was, yo, Bam just hit 8 threes and he's 8 for 13, 8 for 14, whatever. He wasn't hot from the three. He made a lot because he took a lot. 36 out of 46 free throws. The Wizards is little. The Wizards is whack, and they little. And you really could see like the talent. There's talent there, but it's not generational. It's not like something like, yo, we got something cooking. Like, Trae Young is nice. He's dumb nice. But aside from that, Davis, I feel so bad for Davis. But the whole point is that, yeah, like, Bam Adebayo scored 83. I couldn't believe that. Because it just showed that a real scorer could get 100. If Bam, that's not a scorer, a pure scorer, Bam plays unselfishly, Bam gives up shots. Sometimes I feel like, yo, you should take more shots. That little mid-range turnaround jumper on the bigs, that's money. Dominate the smaller matchup, and then he switches. This guy plays well. He plays well. He never cheats the game. And I feel like because the record is so incredible and so unique, and it was that player, a guy that drops 18 per game, he dropped 83. And it's like almost Spoelstra was like, bro, this is your reward. This is your reward for always never cheating the game and always giving your best and everything you had when you was in Team USA. You was one of those guys in Team USA. You've been in the NBA Finals. You played against Jokic in the NBA Finals. You did your best, and it's like Miami's always fighting back. They do have a good coaching staff. I like that Spoelstra defended him. He was like, I'm not a part of this, absolutely nobody. Conor McGregor type. Conor. And he was on some shit like, whoa, wait a minute. I can't believe that this happened. So just the fact that Bam passed Kobe is not a great look, just because it's like this new NBA also, we talk about the softness in this NBA or whatever. There's more space in the court. It was clogged. When Kobe was playing ball, that shit looked clogged to me. Like, it's just like, I'm like, yo, bro, where are you going to go? You got to just force. It's your will at all times. And I felt like with Bam, it was different because then he had Alex Sarr guarding him. He got like 30, 40 pounds on Alex Sarr. He, just not a good matchup. But look at how Spoelstra broke it down. He said, Bam, we're understaffed. We're short-manned. I need you to be the best player on this team. Be the captain. And he took it upon himself. Now it's like I see my mom in the crowd crying. I'm going to be crying like, bro, I've never been a Michael Jordan-esque type player. I just do whatever I can and I hone my skills and put in my work. But I never been one of those guys like, yo, this guy just dropped 78. So for him to do that in front of his mom, in front of his girl, it's like I think there's multiple stories in one. That's what it is. Not just one like, oh, this is wrong, this is right. No, because you got to break it down. Your mom is there, bro. Your family's there. Your wifey's there. Your team is on your back. Like, your team is rooting for you. Your team wants you to get 90. Spoelstra wants you to get 90. At least 82. It did. It was like, it reminded me, remember Bob Sura from the Hawks? At a point, he was nasty with it, and he had gotten a triple-double. And I think, or no, he hadn't got a triple-double, right? And I think he went for like 2 straight or something. He ends up with like 6 seconds left. They got the ball, and he had 9 rebounds. Like 10, 12 assists, and like 15, 20 points, whatever. He got the triple-double because he got the inbound. He was like, yo, let me get the rebound right here. He missed the shot in the opponent's rim to get the rebound, and the time ran out. He got the triple-double. The league saw that, rescinded it, because it's not within the rules of the integrity of the game for you to miss on purpose on another court when you're not even being guarded and nobody's even 90 feet from you, and you're going to get a triple-double just because you just missed. It's like everybody could do that, and you could do 5 of them. So I think that one was, the integrity of the game was a little bit messed up. It was fucked. So with that being said, it's like, there's a lot of different stories. If Bam would have done that same thing in 2008, it's a different game. Yo, I saw Luka drop 70, and he missed like 5-6 shots. That shit was incredible. Because you believe that you're so hot that you obliterated a certain mark that you had or certain marks that have been set. And you want to go for the record. I get it. It did look whack. He did have 70 with 10 minutes left. But bro, not every single team would have been on the same wave. I believe that anybody that had been with 70 points up by 25, 30, 70, that close with 10 minutes left, I have a feeling that maybe 70% of the coaches will leave the guy in. Because it's 70. It's not 60 that we're pushing. Like, no, it's 70. And even 60. With 10 minutes in the third, that means that you've been hot all game. Like, who knows what could happen right now. And guys are more tired. You need the bench to come in and shit like that. It looked weird. Nobody in Miami was like, ew, what the fuck? Nobody in Miami was doing that. Everybody in the Heat, nobody was like, nah, they celebrate. And remember, it also depends on the person you are. Like, there's some guys that are super duper assholes that they're not great guys, that they'll play the game, whatever, but they're not great guys. Bam gives off like he's one of the nicer, greater guys that deserves everything he's getting. And I think that's why it landed on him. Like, the person he is, he probably deserved it. Like, that's the way that he's played the game. He deserved this reward. But it don't look good because I knew that Kobe was a real life assassin on the basketball court. He will stomp out your heart and he'll spit on it. And then he'll turn into a black mamba. He'll eat it. It's some weird shit. Like, but that's what guys like Michael did. A black cat. This guy probably turned into a black cat and leaves the arena. Nobody saw him. I believe that there's funny things about certain guys. But it's the mystique. It's like, nah, that's why not everybody could talk to this dude. Not everybody could get access to it. That's why he was rocking with his team only. And even when the guys, his team is funny with it, you got to put them in their place, or you got to let them know, like, yo, we're not going to do that. That's not winning basketball. That's not going to get us a ring. Follow me. I know how to get the ring. So that was the guy. And remember, yeah, true. Raptors, they were up by like 20 in the second quarter. It was crazy. Like, Kobe had to go crazy. And then if you look at the game, like, nobody was really stepping up. Nobody wanted to shoot. That's why I was like, yo, some of these teams were constructed with like whack players. Kobe had no shot. You can't drop 81 points every freaking game in the playoffs. You can't do that. It's not going to happen. That's why it was a bad formula, and still those teams went to the playoffs. But that's my thing. It was like the context is different. That you got 83, I'm feeling like the biggest man in the world when I made that 83. But it's like, only you know how you feel about it. So it's really up to Bam how he feels about it. The critics, I understand, like, yo, Kobe put in so much work and we never saw the will and da-da-da. I get it. It's just, it wasn't normal. You would have thought Luka would have got it. You would have thought maybe, Andrews got crazy hot. You would have thought Curry just hit 15 threes. It's just, I guess it's just the way the game was, but you know that intentional fouling is not a integrity move. It doesn't make it unpure because there's just the Golden State Warriors just the other day, they were up by 3 and they fouled Kevin Durant before he shot a 3 to give him 2 free throws only, and he missed the first one too. So it was like that's part of the game. Intentional fouling. It's just that it looked bad but it's like, how many other times Bam might not ever get this chance again? Nobody in the whole Heat arena could probably either witness it or even be in part of it. So I get it. It's just that 81 was just like a benchmark that like nobody could get that. And now somebody did get that within the game. I think it's because also the fluctuation of he started hot. He got 31. Then he only went for 11 in the next one. Then when he turned up in the third, they was like, yo, we know what to do in the fourth. It depended on the game, but they always had the game. That's why I understand, like, you keep running up the points. It's like, unethical is, unpure is when you missing the opponent's back, like, rim just to get a rebound. Like, and then you could do that 3-4 times. I could miss 3-4 times and get the rebound. But that's the thing. Like, those are the unethical things. I think when you up by 25 and you're about to do a windmill dunk, I think that's unethical. I think that's not pure. But it's like, this was a world record setting. Like, nobody ever could get that. And people saw how it happened. The numbers don't look crazy because it's like there's guys that have been hotter that drop less. And they didn't even get that much to the line or whatever. But the Wizards is small. And they whack. So if Bam Adebayo could drop 83 on you, y'all whack, bro. And it's funny is that they all look like guards out there. There was no big man. I was like, what the fuck? You got Anthony Gill, I think. Let me know if you know Anthony Gill. I'll wait. Motherfuckers. So yeah, so that's what happened. I think that's my take. I guess, and to wrap it up, it would be, look, there's a lot of players that have stepped into the game and they have given everything to the game. They've been scorers, there's lethal shooters, there's everything. I feel like Bam deserves this time, this moment, this recognition. He said, that's top 3 performances of all time. In terms of performances, I've seen guys hotter than you. I've seen guys on fire throughout the game. I think I've seen guys that were even more. It even seemed like they were even more aggressive, just because of your style, bro. But you deserve this. You deserve this. I think Kobe would say that you deserve this. And at the end of the day, it is a different game. The rules haven't changed, but it's like the ethics of the game and the purity. I think it would have been whack to see like, yo, Bam subbed out with 70. It's like, you're going to think as a man, as a person, what could have been. I've been cooking these guys all game. They can't hold me. And even though I'm not like on filthy fire, I still know that they can't guard me. And I got 70. I turned up in the third. I got hot in the third again. The least you can do is like give me a shot. And it's like, oh, the injuries. You could have got him injured. Man, I talked to one of my boys one time, Rel, and I told him, yo, I'm not going up in weight because I'm kind of scared that I could get injured and I'm here on my own. And you never know, you pass out or whatever. So I just be trying to go careful. And he was like, bro, if I thought about the injuries, like there's injuries every day that's happening. I'm always looking for what else I can do. So if my shoulder is injured, I might not be able to hit shoulder press, but I might be able to do uh push-ups, whatever, like whatever. It's like using what you got. Oh, your upper body is a little iffy, both of your shoulders a little iffy. You know what? Let's start doing abs or whatever. So it was just basically like, don't think about the injury and just play ball. Obviously, we seen the Derrick Rose thing, but that was the playoffs, and that wasn't going for a record. It was just like the game was on hand, and he was still in the game. But everybody knows that normally you want to end the game with your squad on the court and like the main guys, because it's different things going on. So I think it's like, I don't think he was gonna get injured. I don't think that was gonna happen. I think that the basketball gods were on his side, and a lot of people didn't like it, but everybody in Miami loved it. So I know that's biased because that's your own guy, that's the hometown guy, but he's the team captain, and they were shorthanded, and he gave everything he had, and everything he had just showed that he could do 83. So basically, don't underestimate Bam. Sometimes we have to look into like, yo, is it worth it to do it this way? Because the way that he did it, I didn't love it. I loved it for him as the person that he is. I feel like everybody's just been always respectful of him and positive. When you're doing it in front of your family, that's an extra umph. And then he was like a boy chasing his dreams. He had already chased his dream. He already had accomplished his dream of getting to the NBA. But I'm pretty sure he had dreams of like, yo, let me go off one time. Let me be a champion one time. Or 2 or 3 or 4. Let me have a couple career highs, a couple game winners. Because now you start to get creative with the goal. Start creative with what you wanted, with your dream. He's still living the dream right now. He's in the NBA with the best against the best players, nationally televised, mad money, mad everything, the best doctors, the best this, the best that. Yo, you made it. And look, now you could do even more with it. So I think it was just a beautiful thing that it happened. I didn't believe it when I first saw it. I was like, nah, clickbait. These guys are going crazy. What you mean, Bam? But he's a good dude. He deserves this. And I don't really care about Will, bro. I didn't see him. I didn't like him. Like, he's in every record, and yet none of us saw it. None of us remember it. Nobody's talking about it. And then the people that was there, they're probably not talking basketball right now. Probably talking about health and shit like that. So that's what it is. Like 1962 or whatever. Come on, 1972. Come on, bro. I don't even think like my dad was starting to get born or some shit. Like, that's some weird stuff right there. So at the end of the day, I think it's he deserves it. I think Kobe would have approved just because you're so close to it. You're so close to something and you had a lot of time to do it. You know that the most coveted thing in the world is time. Oh, if I had more time. Or if I had to do this. Bam had 10 minutes to solidify himself into the record books in history. And it looks better to be number 2 than to be number 6. So if he would have stopped at 70, it was like, yo, it's still impressive. But it's like, you went for it, and I'm going to respect it. I'm going to respect it. But you know that the way it happened wasn't Kobe-esque. It wasn't that you took over a game and you put everybody in your back and we needed every single point. It wasn't like that. But congrats to Bam Adebayo. Kobe, your record is always going to be number 2 in all our hearts. You're number 1 in all our hearts. And, much respect to Bam. I hate when people saying, oh, it's the Wizards. It's the real thing, but it's like, it also kind of downplays it. And it's not good to downplay somebody's huge milestone, iconic accomplishment. So, Bam, you got it, bro. I wish there would have been. You would have been a little bit hotter with the shot. A little bit more, like in the flow of like, yo, I'm on track. Not based on the free throws, but that's what practice does. That's what, stepping up to the plate does. That's when your brother's hurt or injured and you can't do it, he can't do it, then you do it. You step up for him and you do whatever you can for the team and you live it out and you read it out. So at the end of the day, it is a good take. It is a good conversation, but I feel like there's a lot of factors from either side, from both sides. I'm gonna choose to respect Bam and what he did. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best 80-point performance I've seen. But it's a new NBA, it's a new age, and the fact that teams are bringing up that these guys are blatantly tanking. I mean, look at that. They had no bot. Like they had like guards guarding him and shit like that. It was weird. It wasn't about strategy. It's just they didn't have enough bodies to bang with a real big man. So the Wizards, yeah, that was a bad look on ya. But then again, you hacking too. 43 free throws, you hacking, bro. You hacking a lot. So yeah, record. I'll accept the record in terms of my fandom. It was crazy. I didn't think I could see it, but that also tells me like there's probably gonna be a guy that's gonna drop 100, and that's gonna be crazy. Cause you don't want the guy to be not hot and drop 100. I don't see 50 free throws being given to somebody. I don't see it. I was weird that you got 43. But that's the thing. Like, but those are like when those guys that can't be stopped. If you can't stop them, like you gotta follow them. And that's what happened. So, Bam, credit to you, Kobe. You did it better. And but I'm gonna choose to respect both. There's a lot of factors in each thing, but at the end, I choose to respect both. So thanks for your time, guys.